Hello, nerds watching all over the internet. How you guys doing? It is Thursday night, April 13th, and we're here for another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. Yeah! Another Thursday night to talk about all the exciting things that's happened in the world of professional wrestling. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. I'm also the host, the founder, the content manager, the executive producer, the 5 Bs, soon to be the B Infinity, Mr. Jose Casabona. And on behalf of everybody here on this channel, we appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in right now. You guys are amazing, and you hold a special place in our collective hearts. And joining behind the camera is the host of the Black Files, my tag partner for Wrestle Wrewind, the man who puts in the man hours behind all the videos that we produce on this channel every single week, Mr. Juan Arouse.
Thank you very much for that introduction, Jose, and don't you ever forget the Mister.
And much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and twitch.tv/theravensflock online. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content. Leave your questions and comments down below, and we will answer as many as we can while we're live. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an inner flocker. For $4.99 a month, you will have exclusive access to many, many amazing perks that comes with being a member. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the inner flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty of them, go ahead and show off those lovely custom emojis and membership badges that we've made just for you. You also get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description and also in the live stream chat. And you also get access to us, your favorite motley crew of nerds, here to make your voice our mission as you provide us with your input, your thoughts, your ideas on what you believe the Ravens Flock ought to be covering on our programming and what sort of stories you want to see us to take on in the future for our channel. But pray tell, Jose, what exactly is it that we do here on Wrestle Rewind?
Well, here on Wrestle Rewind, what we do is we review 3 of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today. Those are WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling's AEW.
That was not on purpose, I promise.
All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite and Impact Wrestling. So, to paint the picture right now, WrestleMania is done and over, right? We're 2 weeks removed. It's already in the books. They did gangbusters. Good for them. And now we're on the road to the next marquee pay-per-view event, Juan. We're now starting the road to AEW's annual marquee event, Double or Nothing.
Woohoo! Yeah, gambling and stuff.
Yes, indeed. Double or Nothing has a time-honored history with AEW being the very first pay-per-view event. It is their equivalent of WrestleMania.
I would have thought All Out would have been their equivalent of WrestleMania, but what do I know?
Yeah, and with Double or Nothing, they had some great milestone moments. In the first year of Double or Nothing, we had the debut of Jon Moxley that pretty much stole the entire main event, which is Kenny Omega versus Chris Jericho. We had a great clash between two brothers, Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes, who just got released from WWE. We also had other surprises at Double or Nothing. At Double or Nothing 2020, we had the first ever Stadium Stampede. A silly yet entertaining match that fans needed during the pandemic. And
all it cost was nearly cracking open the skull of Matt Hardy.
That didn't happen in Double or Nothing.
Oh yeah, no,
that's All Out.
Right, that wasn't All Out. My bad.
No.
I get I'm sorry. I get sometimes the match is blurred.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Matt Hardy because while we didn't get that at Double or Nothing 2020, we got Matt Hardy transforming into different versions of himself after being dunked in the pool.
Dunked in the pool, dunked in an ice box. It was so weird.
It was so weird, but it was fun.
Before I forget, I want to say hello to the folks on our YouTube chat. We've got Jen Pearson, Nikki Bella holding it down for our mod squad. Planet Q's Queen, our favorite contrarian, Bunda, up in the chat. And that's what we've got so far in the chat. Folks, don't be shy.
I can't wait till Vicente Guerrero pops in.
Vicente is going to have fun. Everyone's here to have fun.
Yeah.
Even Bunda, in his own contrarian way, is here to have a good time, especially at our expense. Speaking of which, he's over here saying that, can you guys cover Raw and SmackDown? That would be an excellent suggestion. However, unfortunately, Buddha, since you are not an inner flocker, we cannot take that into proper consideration. But there's an easy way to solve that.
Indeed.
You can become an inner flocker by clicking the join button, and you could just click on the link that I'll have pinned over here. And for $4.99 a month, we'll go ahead and we'll take your thoughts and ideas into proper consideration.
Indeed.
Don't think that we won't do it. We'll try it.
So getting back to the subject, and 2021's Double or Nothing saw the official coronation of Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and when she defeated Hikaru Shida and became AEW Women's World Champion.
Well, good for her. Also, Planet Q's Queen's trying to cover for Boone. She is an inner flocker. Like, nice try. No, sorry. Boonda's the one who brought it up. He's got to be the one to do it.
He's got to be the one to do it. And who can forget Double or Nothing 2022, where we saw the crowning of AEW World Champion at the time, CM Punk.
That was a lot. That was a lot of fun, and it was a nice little comeback kid moment over here.
Yeah,
and apparently we can't have those kind of nice things right now, but we make do with the wrestling we have, folks.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm expecting a lot more surprises to happen at this year's Double or Nothing. But right now, before we touch on anything AEW related, let's first talk about this week's edition of NXT. Juan, ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do. There we go.
All right, the show opens up with a great opening promo segment with the newly crowned NXT champion, Carmelo Hayes.
Nice. All right, so Melo is now officially champion.
Melo is champion. Melo is money. Melo is the main event. Melo is Melo don't miss. Melo is in fact
money.
Him.
The evilest of evil? The cruelest of cruel? Why is he not a crab devil monster in drag voiced by Tim Curry? That is not him. That is not him at all. Don't give me that. How dare you?
Thank you.
How dare you stand where he stood?
Oh my God.
How dare you, Carmelo?
I like how we're both in different mindsets. I was thinking of the Finnish rock band called Him, and Juan, thank you for pulling that out of your hat, the reference to the Powerpuff Girls.
I mean, he is the most diabolical villain of all time. I mean, if you think about it.
He is.
He's a crab man devil in drag, maybe.
Right?
Okay, if he's that threatening and he's in heels, you're screwed. You are proper screwed.
Oh, well, now you know that he's a heel because he wears heels.
Well, we know that him wears heels. But does Carmelo Hayes wear heels?
No, he doesn't wear heels, but he's definitely flexing his championship status as he has issued an open challenge for the NXT Championship at 2 weeks' time in their upcoming television event called NXT Spring Breakin. Add that to the list of horrible TV
Please,
show events.
no, don't call it Spring Breakin'. It's so weird.
They did it last year, Juan.
That doesn't make it good.
I know it doesn't make it good. Seriously, they own WCW property. Why not bring back Spring Stampede? I mean, it's right up Shawn Michaels' alley.
Because no. Why would they go into the past? Except in all the times in WrestleMania and NXT Halloween Havoc and
Great American Bash.
Yeah, Great American Bash. Do I have to continue?
No. I think we've highlighted enough of WWE's hypocrisy for now.
Putting it simply, WWE don't know what they're doing most of the times.
No, they don't.
What's his face? Buddha's over here saying that no, it's because Spring Stampede is too hillbilly. Ouch.
Spring Stampede gave us awesome matches, okay? I enjoyed...
Yeah, War Games. See, there we go. Thank you, Planet Q's Queen. You've got it.
Yeah. But of course, Carmelo Hayes was then interrupted by the following men who have staked their claims for the championship. He was interrupted first by Dragon Lee, and kudos to Dragon Lee for giving his best effort, but man, it's tough to get past the language barrier. He actually tried to cut a great promo in English, but it just didn't sound like... It didn't sound very strong. And I get it, English is not his first language. That's fine. I understand that. But I don't know. It was hard for me to I'm 50-50. I bought into the fire, but at the same time I was also taken out of the fire. You get what I mean?
I know what you mean, Jose. It's like what do you call it? It's you kind of get the idea of what he's trying to convey, but at the same time, the language barrier is real fucking thick. So sorry about that swearing, but still, it's like, what can you do?
And then they were interrupted by J.D. McDonough, the Irish ace, who may have raided Drake Maverick's closet and stole his blue blazer jacket.
I saw that. I'm the one who made that.
Yes, you did.
Made that observation. Like, dude, how dare you, JD McDonough? He stole Rockstar Spud's slick, crushed blue velvet tuxedo suit jacket. How dare he, the bastard?
I know, right? What an evil man.
How dare, the Mr. Acupuncture face guy. Ugh, weird.
Oh, but no. We haven't stopped there. Then they were interrupted by Grayson Waller.
What the hell?
Grayson Waller, coming fresh out of his loss to Johnny Gargano at NXT Stand and Deliver, has staked his claim as well to challenge for the NXT Championship.
You don't get to challenge! Grayson, you lost! You lost to Johnny Wrestling. You lost to Johnny. No, I was thinking of the wrong Johnny. I was gonna go through all the names of Johnny Nitro, Johnny Hennigan, Johnny Impact, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Wrestling's the only one that really works for him.
Johnny Arouse.
No.
Get it.
Please do. No.
Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah, definitely. In the chat, Boonda and Planet Q-Skin, we're talking about the Spring Stampede over here. Besides Mac versus DDP, name a great Spring Stampede match. Planet Q-Skin's like, gave us DDP versus Macho Man for the first time in 97.
Yes!
Also, Sting versus Hogan at Spring Stampede 98 for the world title. For the WCW title. Planet Q's as much Hulk Hogan mark.
Well, hang on. Let me minor correction there. Sting versus Hogan at 1998 Spring Stampede. No, it was Sting versus the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Okay. Okay.
But it's okay. It's okay.
I can do a fact check right now.
Go right ahead. So as Juan's doing a fact check, Carmelo Hayes pretty much laid down the law. There will be a fatal four-way match in the show's main event. Whoever wins challenges Carmelo Hayes for the NXT Championship at Spring Breakin'.
Okay, Jose is correct. It was Randy Savage with Miss Elizabeth defeating Sting in a no DQ match for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
I rest my case.
Yeah, and what's his face? Hollywood Hogan and Kevin Nash were going against Rowdy Roddy Piper and the Giant Paul White in a baseball bat on a pole match.
The stipulation was stupid, but the match was okay-ish. Like, here's the thing. Spring Stampede 1998 was one of the pivotal points where the NWO was beginning to fragment in 1998 before they splintered off between NWO Hollywood and NWO Wolfpack.
If you thought midlife crisis guys were a cool thing, then Wolfpack has got something special for you.
Wolfpack ready!
God almighty, that was so dumb. They're acting all chingoneado, then freaking like hood gangsta guys. They're all like mid-40 freaking dudes. What the hell, man?
I know, it's so ridiculous.
It was so weird. But that's not important. What's important is that we continue over here. What year was the Fatal 4-Way match for the world title at Spring Stampede?
1999.
Okay. Let me see
that is the first. Yes,
the
that
good, the
is
bad,
what
and the
we
showdown.
saw. The official coronation of
That is where we had DDP v. Flair v. Hogan v. Sting 4 corners match for the WCW title. Yeah, you're right, Jose.
Yay.
And you were saying coronation, Jose, of?
Yeah, of Diamond Dallas Page as WCW champion.
The king of Bada Bing!
Yeah, that's his first time he won big time.
Yay!
All right, so let's get back to NXT. The exciting match of the night, we get a rematch from NXT Stand and Deliver as the team of Fallon Henley and Kiana James issued their rematch clause to take on Alba Fire and Isla Dawn for the NXT Women's Tag Team titles. Yes.
The evil, spooky, redheaded, witchy girls who are Irish and Scottish. Wait, are they both Irish, both Scottish? Are they a mix? I forgot.
They're both Scottish.
Evil Scottish redhead witch girls are NXT Women's Tag Champs. So Fallon Henley.
Can you tell folks that I actually have a type?
Kiana James. Yeah, no. It's called They Ignore Us.
Wait, what did you say? They ignore us?
Yeah.
Fuck you, Juan.
No, maybe later.
Anyways, so this rematch definitely was just as great as their first encounter at Stand and Deliver, with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn working over Kiana James a lot during this match. Like, Kiana James, she's not the sketchy character, I want to say. I'm not saying she's heel, but like in the team with her and Fallon Henley, she's the sketchy character, leaning heel.
Yeah, and then she's like the one who's kind of sussy, the one who you can't quite put your finger on.
Wancho, good call there. The sussy hussy.
Excuse me? We're really gonna like call her a hussy?
All right. Well, she's trying to break up the band, man. She's the Yoko to the Beatles.
But like she's like they beat her, and now she has to pay for the bar, the family bar, Jose. Don't you remember how Fallon Henley's like, damn, we're going to lose the bar because of Kiana James.
Yeah, but
no, we fought and we won the bar.
Yeah, but then they pivoted away from that and they started, and she's trying to break up the... It's ridiculous.
You got to trust it. She's funding for the bar.
All right, so as we get back to commercial break...
okay, but the match itself was banging, though.
The match itself was banging. As we get back to commercial break later on, Kiana James gets Fallon Henley gets the hot tag, and she is just an explosive powder cake. She unleashes hell on both Alba Fire and on Isla Dawn. I like one of the moves that she does. It's so friggin' awesome. I'm trying to remember. Like, she does a springboard arm drag from the top rope in the middle of the ring, and she also does like this running like corkscrew neck breaker, and she moves at Fallon Henley moves at such incredible speed. Like, I was worried if she was gonna botch it, but she didn't. It's so good, really good.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Everything comes to a head. Like the heels were able to regain their ground, and then we get a double knockdown between both Fallon Henley and Isla Dawn. And then during the Alba Fire tried to hit the gory bomb on Fallon Henley, only for Fallon Henley to counter it into a Canadian destroyer.
Ooh, nice.
I know. Here's a move we haven't seen often in WWE.
Right. Well, they just call it a destroyer. Also, Lisa Boo's in the chat. Sorry I'm late, guys. You're okay, Lisa Boo. You don't have to worry about being late. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Planet Q's Queen saying, I hate Hogan. I'm a Piper girl, a loyal Heenan girl. Well, she's got brains on her then.
Okay, that's fine. But then we get to the finish as Brooks Jensen, the curly-haired idiot who has fallen head over heels for Kiana James, ran to the ring with Kiana James's his business bag, the same business bag that Kiana James used to cheat to win, and she tries to give it to Fallon Henley to tell her, like, no, use it, with Fallon Henley yelling at him, saying, what are you doing? The referee then ejected Brooks Jensen from ringside. Fallon Henley basically told him to leave, And then Brooks Jensen shoved his best buddy, Josh Briggs, down to the ground. Ooh.
Why?
Because I don't know. I guess they're turning Brooks Jensen heel. I guess they're finally splitting up the group.
But why?
Because Brooks Jensen loves Kiana James, and he'll do anything for her love and affection.
So he's pussy whipped.
Yes, by all definitions, my man, Brooks Jensen, is indeed pussy whipped.
Bun!
Thank you for that. Oh, if only we had a whipping sound effect. That would have been more appropriate.
No, I'm not gonna waste time on a whipping sound effect.
So taking advantage of that tomfoolery, the Scottish witchy women. You see, I put Scottish there.
Scottish witchy women.
Yeah, the Scottish witchy women took advantage and hit their double team move. It's really cool. Isla Dawn hits a backstabber on Fallon Henley, and then Alba Fire. And while she has her in the backstabbing position, Alba Fire does a swanton bob. They pin and they retain. Your winners and still the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn.
Holy cow, very nice. Okay, so the evil Scottish redheaded witchy women who have superpowers or whatever beat the girls who run the bar, and one of them who's sussy hussy. There we go.
You see, you're getting into the spirit.
What's his face? Planet Q Screen. Did Dexter Loomis show up to see Indy Hartwell again?
Unfortunately, no, he did not.
And Buddha over here clearly showing he has no taste.
That's okay.
By saying that all four of those girls are ugly. Boy, get your eyes checked.
Yeah, definitely. And as for what they're doing, yeah, it looks like WWE are telegraphing that they're splitting up the beer group of Josh Briggs, Brooks Jensen, and Fallon Henley.
But no! They had so much to bond over. Like the bar. Had you guys forgotten the bar?
Oh my god.
Guys, you saved the bar together. Why would you throw that all away for a sussy hussy?
Oh my goodness. All right, let's move on to the exciting segment of the night, and this is an in-ring promo segment with Cora Jade, the former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion. And I want to preface it right now, before I get into this, I want to mention, fun fact, Cora Jade is a fan of both former WWE Divas Champion AJ Lee and former WWE and AEW World Champion CM Punk.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Yes, she's also from Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, that explains everything. Okay, Bunda, thankfully, he's got some part of his eyes checked. Saying, yeah, okay, Cora Jade, she is cute. Yeah, there, no question over here.
Cora Jade, to open it, you're going to appreciate this one. Cora Jade, pulling a page off the Second City Saint, opened up her promo segment saying, "Do I have your attention now?"
What is everybody telegraphing about Punk for all of a sudden? It's almost as if, and stop me if I'm going too crazy here, it's almost as if CM Punk is a masterclass at how to fucking do promos in the ring and how to drive people in. Yeah, there's straight copying here. Like, okay, there's only so much that cribbing other people's notes will get you, but, I mean, if you're, like, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery kind of thing, so.
Indeed. So she proceeds to run down the women who were involved in the ladder match at Stand and Deliver, who for the NXT Women's title. She ran down Lyra Valkyria. She ran down Roxanne Perez. She also ran down Zoe Stark and the woman who won the championship thanks to help from her hubby Dexter Loomis, Indy Hartwell.
So it's true. Indy Hartwell is the NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah, which came out of completely nowhere.
Yo, you know what? That's actually a nice little thing if you think about it, because like for the longest time she was jobbing and she was down on her luck and all this other crazy, horrible nonsense that had been happening to her. She manages to get this beautiful, lucky freaking break, and thanks to our favorite creepy, weird shipping that came out of NXT, Team Index, Indy's now the NXT Women's Champion.
Hooray!
That is like a sudden reversal of fortune in her favor, and she really does deserve that. It's like, okay, poor thing. Yeah, it's not that she's been bad in the ring; she's been doing very well, but it's like one freaking catastrophe after another, keeping her from victory. Also, Planet Q's over here saying that did they go to the friendly bar that the APA love to go to?
Oh, God, no.
No,
Sadly.
they have their own bar. It's the family bar.
But yes, Juan, you do
And
bring up a
that
good
means
point.
that Shawn Michaels sees something in indie. Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, you do
He
bring up
supports indie wrestling.
You do bring up a good point, Juancho. Yes, and kudos to WWE for keeping continuity alive with Index.
And supporting indie wrestling.
So Cora Jade then finishes off her promo segment by basically saying, like, no, Indy Hartwell is not the hero in the story. This is her fairy tale story, and she's the hero. That's the same line.
Story, baby, just say yes.
No, Juan, you don't understand.
What?
That last part of her promo segment, she pulled that out of the page from AJ Lee.
Excuse me?
AJ Lee cut the same promo when she was healing in 2013 to 2014. Like, this is her story, and in her story, she's the hero.
Yo, okay. Okay, okay. Yeah,
Everything comes full circle, Juan.
Continuity. George Lucas out there George Lucas is out there saying like, well, when I said that the story should be like poetry, somehow so that they rhyme, this kind of wasn't really what I had in mind. But, she could have done it a little faster, a little more intense.
Oh, my God.
Maybe.
All right. But then she was...
I worship George Lucas's beard. Anyway.
But then out comes Lyra Valkyria, who got on the mic and she told Cora Jade that... And she actually calls out Cora Jade for being jealous because she was left out of the pay-per-view, because she was left out of Stand and Deliver. She was the one female competitor that was left behind while all the others have moved on. She then proceeded to issue a statement telling Cora Jade, like, hey, if you want to be the top of the mountain and on the mic, you go ahead and do that. But when it comes to the NXT Women's Championship, step out of her way
and get in line.
Step out of the way.
Wait your turn, bish.
Exactly.
And really, Lyra Valkyria up on this, really?
Yes, she was one of the women who competed at the ladder match at Stand and Deliver.
Okay, that explains it.
Cora Jade, of course, not settling well with what was said, slapped Lyra Valkyria in the face. Lyra Valkyria replied by knocking her down with a roundhouse kick, and then Cora Jade ran out of the ring, that devilish heel, before she got kicked again.
How dare she? That terrible, gorgeous, evil chick. God almighty, what the hell?
Yeah, I know. So I like this. WWE is setting up a rivalry between Cora Jade and Lyra Valkyria. But if done well, this will definitely boost the stock for both female wrestlers as they chase against Indy Hartwell for the NXT Women's title.
Meanwhile, does Indy have her own program with someone right now?
As of right now, no. In fact, she's actually was kept off TV this week.
Really?
That's so weird.
So the NXT Women's Champion not on NXT. Very odd.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
so
but yeah, hey, excellent promo, excellent segment. Okay, all right.
Yes,
all right.
Yes, indeed. Now to take it down just a little bit, and the only reason that this wasn't the absolute drizzling shits is because Ilya Dragunov was in this match. It's a one-on-one match between the Tsar of NXT, Ilya Dragunov, versus Von Wagner. However, there is a stipulation that was
that. What's his phrase? Is that freaking numbnut still there?
Yes.
His manager? Good God.
Let me explain. There is a stipulation. If Von Wagner loses, then Von Wagner loses his manager.
I'm actually drawing a blank in his freaking name now.
Robert Stone.
Robert Stone. Fucking hell.
It's okay.
God, that's how freaking nothing burger these two are. They've done nothing for each other. Von Wagner looks like a Cro-Magnon man that was freaking thawed out of the ice and given a whole jar of hair gel, but because it was like fruity flavored hair gel, he ate half of it, so the other half is just stuck on his hair. Meanwhile, Robert Stone's the curator of the museum where he got thawed out of, and he's chasing him around in a bad Ben Stiller ripoff movie.
Also, he has an entire closet full of different Crocs and crazy shoes that he wears.
And not a single sock in sight!
Well, it's supposed to be exotic, Juan. You just don't understand the appeal.
I understand the appeal. It's called he wants sweaty, smelly-ass feet stinking of freaking athlete's foot and leather.
You wouldn't really want
to... Not even good leather. Not even like Italian leather. Like leather from Jersey. Like Jersey-made freaking leather.
How do you know? Do you keep his receipts?
No. Homeboy was a freaking Robbie Robbie P or whatever the hell he was.
Robbie E.
Robbie E. Yeah, no, idiot.
Oh, you looked him up.
Thank you. Thank you, Planet Q Screen. Also, who killed the couch that he's wearing?
Oh,
couch.
Damn.
Couch.
So it wasn't
Couch.
So it wasn't too hard to predict who won this match, but this match was definitely like it wasn't bad. It was actually gangbusters. Ilya Dragunov,
yay,
and Von Wagner wrestled a great match. Not gonna lie, but David and Goliath classic. You know you love it. But of course, Ilya Dragunov was able to outsmart the Giant, and he got the win, finishing him off with the Torpedo Moscow to clinch the victory. And then after the match, yeah, as predicted, Robert Stone quit. He has left Von Wagner. Von Wagner is done. He is helpless. He is manageless. He cannot be salvaged at this point. It's done. Robert Stone has quit Von Wagner.
Yo, I quit Von Wagner from the word go. What took this idiot so long?
Yeah, no. and then after they left, we got. They played the entrance to Dijak, who showed up behind Ilya Dragunov, and it looks like they're setting up another rivalry. I like that. WWE is setting up new rivalries, new stories right now for NXT, and Ilya Dragunov, it looks like he's going to be feuding with Dijak, who I'm trying to make heads or tails. Is Dijak the new big boss man, or is Dijak the bounty hunter?
Right? What the hell is he? Also, Lisa Boo's over here saying Robert Stone has exotic flip-flops. Ew.
And as for Von Wagner, this might be a bit of a reach for what I'm about to say. Between Von Wagner constantly being booked to lose and all these other wrestlers from the Black and Gold era pre 2.0, like Indy Hartwell, Gallus, and Carmelo Hayes, finally getting a shot at their titles, it looks like WWE is slowly siphoning out all of the hype, all of the stuff that came from their multicolored midlife crisis.
Thank God. It's taking them forever and a day. It's as painful as it sounds. Good God.
Which really sucks for Von Wagner. I remember when they tried to hype him up as like this next big thing in the beginning of NXT 2.0.
Oh God, what the hell?
Oh yeah.
Why didn't you tell me? Good God, this is gigantic.
Well, I mean,
there's the freaking photo of Dijak.
There's Dijak. Like I said, I can't make heads or tails. Is he the big boss man, or is he just a bounty hunter?
Okay, I'm gonna freaking
or is he
I'll
just
let y'all be the judge.
Or is he
take a look?
Or is he trying to audition for the Shield? Because, buddy, you're 10 years too late.
Right?
They already picked Roman Reigns as their big guy.
They picked him from the word go. Yo, if Chris Hero couldn't get through, you got no chance in hell.
How different?
There's no point in trying to seek retribution here.
Oh,
I did a thing.
Thank you. Oh, that being said, oh man, how different would the experience of the Shield would have been if they went with Chris Hero instead of Roman Reigns?
It would have been different.
Yeah, I think Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose would have been the bigger stars for WWE.
Right?
Probably.
What's his face? Buddha saying Vince McMahon coming in, save the day. Like Vince McMahon was the one who had the freaking multicolored midlife crisis to begin with.
Yeah, dude.
And Planet Q Screen saying, is Dijak trying to be a bodyguard? I don't know. Whitney, you tell us. And that's her answer to everything.
Maybe he's just trying to be a club bouncer. I don't know anymore, man.
Well, he could get some pointers from Kevin Nash. He was a bouncer.
Good one. All right, now let's get to the... well, I don't know if I should call it a bad segment because this is a mixed bag. Let's talk about this. So, first of all, they showed footage from over the weekend by a Twitter account called NXT Anonymous. And they showed footage of Tony D'Angelo and Stax, his enforcer, the family, the Italianos, the Paisanos, yeah. And they got a little business with
Poppity poopy? Beepity poopity pop?
Yeah, that.
Poppity poopy?
So, Tony D'Angelo and Stax, the babyfaces, they ambushed pretty deadly out during the weekend, and I kid you not, they also kidnapped them and put them in the back of their car.
What? Yo! Okay. All right. Time out. Time right the hell out. What? Okay, that is so dumb. Okay, look. We've had vehicular manslaughter being alluded to in promos. But when was the last time we've seen a carjacking kidnapping here? in WWE or in any pro wrestling.
That's your biggest That's your biggest question. You're asking me when was the last time they did something as silly as showed a freaking boot on the car of the Phantom League?
I don't care about the boot for the Phantom League right now. Right now, they're the LWO. That's not important. What's important is what the hell? Okay, Stacks with a crowbar. Tony D'Angelo trying to close the... Look at this. It's making me drop my microphone off the stand. And they want me to take this seriously? Like, okay, mofos, could have been like the police after people. I know it's a work. I know it's not real. Yada, yada. I'm trying like, okay, let's have some kind of suspension of disbelief. Could this be... They could tie this to the whole thing of who was jumping all the women out in the parking lot that put Nikita Lyons out of commission, and who else got her ass beaten down?
Oh, that's a good question.
I forgot. Okay, yes, you're right, Lisa Boo. They used to do a lot of crazy stuff in WWF back in the day. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I know. Remember when Brian Pillman had a gun?
Pillman's got a gun.
Or remember when Austin had a gun?
Austin's got a gun.
And you're freaking out about a kidnapping?
Yeah. You remember when Undertaker took Teddy Long in vehicular hostage? And then we had mystical powers warping the camera that's invisible in his limo?
So weird.
You remember when he vehicular kidnapped Stephanie McMahon? Where to, Steph?
Remember when Austin tried to commit vehicular manslaughter on Triple H?
Remember when Triple H ordered Rikishi to actually commit vehicular manslaughter on Stone Cold?
I think we've made our point.
He did it for The Rock.
I think we made our point.
The point is, when did Brian Pillman take Terry Runnels? Is that what he did?
It was during the summer of 1997 when he feuded with Goldust.
Good God! Oh my God! You're right. Oh God! And he did kidnap her. Jesus.
Yeah. But getting back to it, so on NXT they showed a backstage segment with Tony D'Angelo.
Buddha's asking, who was that one wrestler that sexually harassed Michael Cole? That was Heidenreich.
Heidenreich, bro.
Yeah, he was and he wrote scribbled on crayons this poem or whatever, and he butt plugged Michael Cole or something. Ooh. Or it was heavily implied that he butt plugged Michael Cole. It was very, very heavily implied that Michael Cole got prison butt fucked. Butt plugged, whatever.
All right, Juan, pull up more photos.
Do I have to? This is so weird.
Yes, because if I don't, you're going to blame me.
I'm going to blame you anyway.
All right, so in the later segment, Tony D'Angelo and Stacks, they're kicking back and they're chatting up with the former NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, don't just go try to mess with our nice girl, Roxy.
Actually, no, they were baby-facing the whole time. They actually were.
Yeah, but they kidnapped some mofos. I don't care if they're foppish little British pansy boys. You don't freaking I get it. It's funny to see fucking Pretty Deadly get their asses kicked every single week. But really throw them in the trunk? What are they and what is she just not? Are they just not bringing this up to her, or what is this?
Oh my God! So
tell me, please.
Okay, so Tony D'Angelo Stacks were showing concern for Roxanne Perez's health because she had that anxiety attack a couple weeks ago.
You can make all your problems disappear if you know what we're saying here.
That's actually it. They're trying to offer their services as extra muscle for Roxanne Perez. And then they were interrupted by Zoe Stark, another female competitor who...
just say another competitor.
Yeah, another competitor.
You know that she's a female.
Another competitor who was in NXT Stand and Deliver. They're really doing a great job in poking... they're really... It looks like WWE are trying to highlight a lot about Roxanne Perez's struggle with anxiety. A lot.
Okay. I can understand that. And that can work out really well in a storyline. But at the same time, it's you don't want to fill it up with too much this. Boppity poopy? Beepity poopity pop? Okay, what the hell does kidnapping Pretty Deadly have to do with this? Why did they show that stuff back to back?
Oh no, we're gonna get to it in just a bit, but this is another thing that I have a problem with. Juan's right. You don't want to overexpose the whole, not overexpose, but you don't want to, I want to say dilute the whole thing about, addressing, anxiety. I understand anxiety is a real thing that people struggle with their mental health, right, Juan?
Yes, it is, and it's not something to be taken lightly. And it's not something to be trifled with. And while we understand how it can be a good like fuel for a storyline if it's handled tactfully.
It seems like this type
careful.
of execution. I don't know. It just seems off to me. This style of execution. They did it at Roadblock. Yes, at Roadblock, Roxanne Perez defeated Miko Satomura. Then she passed out due to anxiety. They did the whole thing. She was out for weeks, and then she made her plea that she could still wrestle and she wants to climb up and win the championship and stand
that weird freaking video with
Shawn Michaels. And then it just seems like everything was just swept under the rug because Indy Hartwell won the championship. So, like, what was the point of all that?
Right, exactly. It's like, okay, we brought this drama into it, but, like, okay, where is it going to lead? It would have been fantastic if it ended with Roxy winning the NXT Women's Championship and overcoming her anxiety, overcoming her fears, overcoming that, and not just so much of like, okay, that she's got clinical depression and clinical anxiety, which is real serious shit, but like showing it as a moment of like she has enough lucidity and clarity in herself to be able to get the job done and win the match.
You think this
Granted, I'm still happy for Indy. I support indie wrestling, but like, okay, how are we going to fold this in with where Roxy's going in from there? Do you think because of a panic attack?
Do you think this is another maneuver of WWE trying to go with the long-term booking to make her become a conquering hero?
They gotta be real careful. They gotta be really fucking careful.
Like trying to get more sympathy on Roxanne Perez?
She doesn't need sympathy. She's just so happy to be here. She's smiling all the time. She's so happy.
Oh, all right. Well, deviating away from
She's
that.
happy.
So remember when I said earlier how Pretty Deadly got kidnapped? Well, it looks like after the ladies left, it looks like the foppish British tag team got their retribution as they attacked Tony D'Angelo and Stax from behind, and they had box cutters, and they pretty much cut up the leather jackets that they had, and they left them lying in the dust.
You mean lying in this sloppy next to the elevator of the Performance Center? What the heck?
Pretty much. So yeah, they got their payback, but let's just beg the question: how the hell did Pretty Deadly get the hell out of the trunk? Did one of them? Did one of them have 911 on speed dial?
A lot of car trunks these days actually have an internal release device for just such occasions like this.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Now you do.
Okay, then.
You can't say that anymore.
All right.
Don't say it anymore or you're lying. In the chat, Planet Q's Queen, are Tony D'Angelo and Stax related to the Italian family that was in WCW with Disco Inferno?
No.
God,
no.
God, no. Disco Inferno's a joke.
He's an asshole.
Let me see here what else. And she also says they have to be very careful with how they handle the story. Objection hearsay, LOL, ha. And she also says, oh my goodness, she's another Bailey, wherein she was so happy and huggy.
Oh no!
And Bunda saying, "I support indie wrestling as long as that's where it stays. Don't put indie wrestling into the mainstream because it just doesn't work." No, okay. I hope, like, I get what you're saying, and yes, I agree with that point of view. Like, that was just a joke on her name.
It was
Indy Hartwell, indie wrestling.
Yeah,
Johnny Gargano made that joke with her. Like, I support indie wrestling.
So yeah,
she's such an excellent wrestler in the ring.
So yeah, Wancho, as you can see, this whole entire segment, the faults on it are twofold. Number one, the whole kidnapping thing is fucking ridiculous, and apparently it was all for naught because
Deadly broke out of the trunk.
Yeah, exactly. And the way they're handling Roxanne Perez, I really hope that they don't go the route of another Bailey success story.
No, it's more a matter of with Bailey. With being a bubbly heroine, you have to be extremely careful, especially since they're putting in the wrinkle of she has anxiety attacks sometimes in the ring. You know, so like that's where it could go tasteless, and you don't want to do that. And I know, like, okay, we've had freaking cross-dressing and racial stuff, and we had not gay wedding with Billy and Chuck on Raw, on SmackDown. We've had a bunch of crazy stuff going on. Like, okay, if we wanna have this kind of storytelling with mental health, you want to be real tactful on that.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. But now let's get to the main event of NXT, and it is a fatal four-way match to determine the number one contender. So, and I know that there's a couple of blanks on the main event card page, so I'm going to fill in the blanks for you, folks. It is Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, and the other two blanks is Grayson Waller, who, because God knows he's got to shoot in. Oh, no, we'll get to him in just a bit. Grayson Waller, and representing Chase University, Duke Hudson, who was in an earlier segment winning the MVP award from Chase University.
Wait, wasn't Duke Hudson just trying to say this school sucks?
Yeah, but at Stand and Deliver's kickoff show, he actually redeemed himself and helped Chase U beat Schism.
Really?
Yes.
So he takes a single win, and all of a sudden now he's like, okay, yeah, I love these guys again. Sorry about the little titty attack I had earlier. I promise it won't happen again.
The fourth entrant was supposed to be Braun Breaker, but Braun Breaker crashed the ceremony, and pretty much he was healing it up, first of all, taking a shot at the crowd, and he also gave his number one contender his spot in the Fatal 4-Way to Duke Hudson. And then before leaving the ring, he hit Andre Chase with a spear because he's a heel now.
Hey.
Yeah. Do you see parallels between... in fact, this is another thing that fans are pointing out. The parallels between the character direction with Braun Breaker and Roman Reigns.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I refuse. No, we don't need any more Romaning. Come on. God dang it. No.
I hope I'm wrong.
No, God, no.
Yeah.
God, no. God, no.
Unicorn Ted's got it right.
No!
All right.
Well, Michael Scott for you there, Jose. In the chat, we've got Shamanistic Unicorn Tam. Tam, hi there. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Also, Melissa Smith are in the chat. Hello there. Inner Flockers, welcome one and all. And Planet Q-Squee is saying there's no rhyme or reason with the story with Roxy. Is what's his face? Dude from Duke Hudson. Is he as bad as Chad Gable and Otis are on the main roster? Ouch.
Oof.
Is he, Jose?
Well, no, because Chad... Well, okay, look. Duke Hudson is no Chad Gable. Chad Gable is a total different dude. Chad Gable is actually a really great wrestler. Like, he had a great showing at WrestleMania doing a deadlift German suplex on Braun Strowman. Yeah, Braun Strowman is almost 400 pounds. Chad Gable is like 206 pounds.
Like, he is a little beanie nothing over here. Yeah, like, okay, so yeah, if he's able to do a deadlift suplex like that on the monster among men, Braun Strowman,
then he's a big deal.
Yeah, okay, then he's got something going on.
And also, finally, something Brunda and I can agree with: Braun Breaker is no Roman Reigns
yet. Har.
Shut up.
Yeah, hey, how do you think I feel?
So getting back to the Fatal 4-Way.
I'm as pissed off as JD McDonough is in this photo. I am this pissed off.
All right, so
I am that angry.
So getting back to the main event, all four of these guys showcased their talents. Duke Hudson definitely got a strong showing. They had some really cool spots in here, especially with one spot where Dragon Lee and JD McDonough both locked in like single leg Boston Crabs onto Grayson Waller, which was fun to watch. I loved it. And in the end, it looked like Dragon Lee was going to have the match won. Dragon Lee hit his finishing move, and then Grayson Waller just shoved him out of the ring to steal the victory. Your winner and number one contender for the NXT Championship, who will challenge Carmelo Hayes at Spring Breakin'.
Oh, for God's
Grayson
sake.
Waller.
That explains him over here. Why he's looking like he just won the goddamn Super Bowl over here.
That is a picture of
shit-eating.
Yeah, that's
Hey, Vicente Guerrero's in the chat. Hey up, how's it going, Vicente? Welcome
Hey,
to Wrestle
Vicente, what's up, man? So, yeah, that picture was from a WWE.com digital exclusive where he cut a promo on Carmelo Hayes, basically saying that he is the face of NXT, that he's been holding down NXT for a long time, and he deserves all the respect, to put some respect on his name.
He's not wrong. I'll say that much. I will concede that Grayson Waller, he has had some fascinating time in the ring and in promos. So I'm not going to argue that.
Yeah.
And yeah, also Planet Q's Queen likes your Sting shirt.
Yay! I like my Sting shirt too. Oh, we're gonna get to him in a bit.
All right, keep going.
Yeah, no. Now, before I get into this week's edition of AEW Dynamite, WWE has announced another NXT pay-per-view event. Pulling it out of their closet, they're bringing back NXT Battleground.
Oh, God. Here we go.
NXT Battleground will take place on Sunday, May 26th or 28th?
May 28th in Lowell, Massachusetts.
Yes, at 8/7 Central. On pay-per-view on the WWE Network and Peacock. It's going to be awesome. Battleground was a WWE pay-per-view event that they had for a while, like between 2013 till 2017. They had moments where they saw where they had great moments in the pay-per-view event, like when Cody and Dustin Rhodes teamed up and beat the Shield in a 3-on-2 handicap match to get their jobs back with help from the American Dream Dusty Rhodes. Where Brock Lesnar destroyed Seth Rollins in 2015. And where Dean Ambrose successfully defended the WWE Championship against Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, the first time that all three members of the Shield competed against each other in 2016. And this is before they initiated the brand split for Raw and SmackDown.
No, it's so this is actually going to be a hell of a time over here.
Yes, indeed.
What's his face? We sent in the chat. Grayson Waller looks happy because he's getting a push. No EC3 fuck up over here with for WWE none creative.
Oh man, EC3! What another missed opportunity for WWE. Come on, man.
Jesus.
If it wasn't for, you know what, WWE, it's your fault. If you'd have done your job and pushed EC3, we wouldn't have to control your narrative crap.
Boonda says he doesn't like AEW Sting. I don't blame you on that, because Sting really, he needed to hang it up 10 years ago.
Now, there's a problem. Now, there's only one problem with the pay-per-view event being scheduled on Sunday, May 28th. It's actually running simultaneously along with another pay-per-view event. I don't know. You know, it's I think I mentioned it earlier. You know, it's supposed to be a big deal. Like I said, it's a marquee event for AEW. It's a pay-per-view event that started over in Las Vegas, and it's going to continue in Las Vegas for who knows how long. Oh yeah, that's right. Double or nothing.
So they're running on the same time, same day.
Counter programming.
Now this is. Do we still have that? Do we still have that?
I don't know. Do we? Yes, we do.
There's this
counter programming, folks.
That is actual counter programming, you silly bastards. All these idiots who had been hollering like, "Oh, they're doing counter programming" when they weren't even on the same day or at the same time. Then we're like, "Oh no, the WWE is trying to counter program. This is the worst. They're horrible." No. That wasn't counter-programming. This was counter-programming.
But do you think WWE did this on purpose just to you know,
just to give AEW
the finger? Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Are you actually in favor of this decision of both shows running simultaneously?
I really don't mind it here. I mean, like, I honest to God don't mind it.
Hang on a minute. What did Boonda say?
Out of those two, I would watch NXT.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Now, let me see here. Also, Vicente was saying, Punakuse Queen, who's afraid of the big black bat? The big black bat, the big black bat.
Hey, I like that promo. Shut up.
No shutting up.
And what did Vicente say?
Vicente, irony is EC3 was given one win on Raw over Dean Ambrose just as a screw you to Moxley, and then they fire him after Mox comes to AEW.
I know, right?
Really?
Oh, man.
Freaking really?
But that being said, I don't know, man. If this is the case, like, oh, boy, I can already foresee another rant from Tony Khan, because Tony Khan, on the same night where CM Punk cut a pipe bomb at the AEW All Out 2022 press conference, Tony Khan also cut his own pipe bomb addressing WWE running the same their programs.
I'm not going to sit down and take this fucking bullshit for them anymore because I got a lot more money than Jim Crockett. I'm not going to take this down anymore.
I can already see that Tony Khan's going to do it again at the press conference for the AEW Double or Nothing. What do you think, Juan? Do you think he's going to do it again? Juan's giving me the best Tony Khan shocked face right now, folks. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we gotta put it back. The camera's like glitching in and out. Oh my goodness.
Well, since we're on the tangent, we might as well get started on there.
Yep, let's get started with this week's edition of AEW Dynamite.
Let the fuse hit the boom dynamite.
All right, so the show opens up with a great one-on.
What in the world? Why?
I got him from Twitter.
Well, Twitter's being stupid.
The show starts off with a great one-on-one encounter as Darby Allin goes one-on-one against the leader of Mogul Affiliates, Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland, the former Isaiah Swerve Scott, the former NXT North American champion, challenges the multi-time AEW TNT champion, and these guys had a great opening match that the fans came unglued for. It was so awesome. The Milwaukee fans definitely got their money's worth, as both of these guys are actually familiar with each other from the old wrestling days. Their old wrestling days. So the story of this match is, of course, Darby Allin trying to fight against not just Swerve Strickland, but also other members of Mogul Affiliates, including the members of Prince Nana and Brian Cage, the Machine, who are part of their own faction called the Embassy. The Embassy for Ring of Honor has merged.
Enough with the factioning.
Yeah, has merged with Mogul Affiliates.
What the
I don't get it.
No.
Brian Cage will never be his own success story.
Why should he be?
Ugh.
Why should he? Let me take a look over here. The chat. Oh, snap. Okay, Planet Q Screen. That's a good thing, though, with how they did that. It's like Nitro and Raw in the late 90s. Okay, yeah, the counter programming. Hashtag Tony Khan is a coked out dweeb. Chad Gable is as annoying as Goldar from Power Rangers.
Oh!
Actually, no, he's more like Squat and Babu. The other two little boobly aliens.
Oh my god.
Vicente, Planet Q Screen saying that Braun Breaker is more talented than Roman Reigns. You're not wrong. Good God.
Yeah.
Good God, ow. Vicente, if CM Punk once again, the rumors of his coming back to AEW are true, imagine Tony Khan going crazy happy at the press conferences. So far, it's not possible for Swerve Strickland and Darby to put on bad matches. So far,
yeah. And what did Bunda say?
He's like, all these factions cringe.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's too many factions. Another thing that we agree on, Buddha. You see, we're getting somewhere, man. We're doing it. We're getting there. We're getting there, right?
See, we can have common ground while continuously being at each other's throats for no serious reason.
So after a good back and forth clash between Swerve Strickland and Darby Allin, it looks like Darby Allin was about to win until they took the fight over to the stage, and then Brian Cage and Prince Nana, taking advantage of the rules, pulling the rug right under Darby Allin with the referee's back turned until the referee has had enough. The referee ejected Brian Cage and Prince Nana, and then what's his face? And then Darby Allin puts away Swerve Strickland with his Last Supper, the figure 4 pin that he does.
The Last Supper?
The Last Supper, I mean.
Oh, Last
Supper. He pins and wins. Your winner, Darby Allin.
Not bad at all. Nice way to start the show.
And now
that's how you have to start these shows. Start them off with high-speed, hard-hitting action, get people nice and hyped up, bring in a good promo, keep the hype going with other matches, sprinkle it in, and yeah, okay, not bad.
Not bad. But now I'm going to switch.
Q's Queen saying that she's going to finish the replay. Not a problem there. Also, Melissa Smith is asking, do you think wrestling is back to pre-pandemic popularity?
Here's the thing. I've said this many times, and I'm going to quote it again. Wrestling never moves backwards. As far as going back to pre-pandemic popularity, I don't think so. I think it's gotten better.
Okay, so it's better than it was before.
It's better than it was before.
CEO.
Because of the wrestlers and the star power that's helping. Because of the wrestlers that's currently shaping the landscape of professional wrestling as for our modern age. That being said, I'm going to switch things up. Rather than going into the exciting match, I'm actually going to go into the exciting segment because it happens immediately after the opening match.
What?
Yes, we get an in-ring. Out comes the AEW World Champion, MJF, who is contractually obligated to show up in Milwaukee.
Okay, he's pulling that bull crap. That's a page out of Brock Lesnar's book. It's like, oh, he's contractually obligated to make one show appearance on Raw and or SmackDown, at least, or whatever. So, literally, Brock Lesnar showed up. He brought a stupid Frontiersman hunting magazine and was reading it in backstage all night.
Yeah.
Like, I showed up. I came. You guys never said anything about me needing to actually be in a match or do a promo or anything.
I know, right?
I remember that. That was such bullcrap. So, okay.
MJF got on the mic in classic MJF, in classless MJF faction, running down the Milwaukee crowd, and also running down Darby Allin, admitting that Darby Allin is one of the fiercest competitors that he's faced in the ring. They've both known each other for 7 years, apparently, according to their history. Then Darby Allin calls out MJF, asking him if he's truly happy with himself, because Darby Allin, since signing to AEW, he actually confessed that he saved up a lot of money to buy his mom a house and to help his dad retire.
Right, that would have been so freaking nice over here. Like, that's the best thing that Darby Allin could have done for himself.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so yeah, on the one hand, it's cringy as hell that we've got freaking
factions.
Yeah, factioning all the long day.
Oh my god.
And that AEW's roster is so freaking loaded with so many people, but barely any of them get any screen time.
Exactly.
But like at the same time, like, okay, yeah, I suppose it's not a bad thing to have financial stability. That one thing that I dream of in the worst freaking way.
And then MJF cuts down Darby Allin by calling him an arrogant little boy, and basically saying that morality is
what the fuck?
Morality is the death of success.
Wow, okay.
And that he will do whatever it takes, whether he goes to heaven or hell, it doesn't matter, as long as the AEW World Championship is still with him, and it will be engraved in it will be on his tombstone that he is still the champion. Whereas in Darby Allin's tombstone, it'll be, "Here lies Darby Allin, Sting's bitch."
Ow, really, dude?
Then out came the icon.
It's Sting!
Hang on, I gotta top myself off.
Sting!
Bear with me for a minute.
Sting! It's Sting. Buddha saying that MJF is cringe. Melissa agreeing with Vicente Guerrero, who said it is a little better popularity-wise due to actually having fans in the arena. Thank God. Remember the stupid Thunderdome?
That was weird.
The empty arena matches that everyone was trying to put on. So
Sting got on the mic and he stole the whole promo segment. He basically, first of all, he took umbrage to MJF for calling him as Darby Allin's adopted AEW father for daddy daycare, and he told MJF that he's nothing more than a cheerleader. He then punked MJF out by throwing a bunch of cheerleading pom-poms that he had stuffed in his jacket right in his face.
Really?
Yes.
He's like, I'm not really considering him like my coach. I'm really more like a cheerleader. And like poofing MJF in the face
with pom-poms, just punking him out in the middle of the
really?
arena.
That's the best he could do?
And then
he's Sting, the icon, the vigilante.
During his promo segment, he said like, "Hey, I am a cheerleader to Darby Allin." Much like how Ric Flair was my cheerleader when I was Surfer Sting back in the 90s, and how MJF had a cheerleader, had a mentor in Cody Rhodes. Sting name dropped Cody, and he's like, "Oh, did I say that? Yes, I. Oh," and that lit a fire under MJF. Yay! Sting mentioned how Ric Flair helped him get into the wrestling, like being his cheerleader, and Sting also mentioned how he had how he spent some time in the Wolfpack, giving a shout out to both Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
I wouldn't necessarily call that a proud moment, but sure, whatever.
And he also mentioned
a gig is a gig.
Yeah, I know. And he also mentioned that there's still a little bit of a Joker inside of him, hinting his Joker phase at TNA.
His Joker Sting phase.
Yeah, that was
cringe.
That was very cringe.
That was cringy as hell.
He finished off his promo.
Sting, come on, man.
Yeah, no. He finished off his promo segment by saying that Showtime is almost over for Sting, hinting at his retirement. I say that in quotations.
Oh, bite me, like Maxwell. Freaking claiming like
Sting is saying that Showtime is almost over for him.
Okay.
But like I say in quotations because come on, man.
Yeah, motherfucker's gonna keep working 5 years after he's dead.
But Sting did say that Showtime is beginning for Darby Allin, and he told MJF, "Mark my words, Darby Allin will become the new AEW World Champion."
He believes in his buddy.
He cheerleads
for Darby Allin.
MJF, being the classless asshole that he is, responded to Darby Allin and Sting by spitting at Darby Allin's face before leaving the ring.
Gross.
Yeah, this segment was great.
Okay, that's not bad at all. Okay, everybody was on fire here. MJF being classic MJF. Ha! I'm gonna shit on the local fans and the local people. Cheap and easy heat. I'm gonna shit on everyone's favorite babyface, who's jackass boy Darby Allin, and call him Sting's bitch. Haha, Sting. Oh no, he's not my bitch. I'm his cheerleader. He's my boy, and you ain't nobody's boy because you suck. Haha.
Yeah, you betrayed your boy.
Exactly. See, there we go. There's layers.
Hang on a minute. What did Buddha say?
He spit. Cringe. He also says MJF is cringe. Tries too damn hard in his promos. Like, these promos might work for the lower tier AEW audience, but it's not good enough for WWE. Ouch. Buddha, so much salt.
I mean, I'll disagree with that, but, you know.
He sent in the chat. Very cool that Sting shouted out Ric Flair, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall.
Yeah!
The Sting thing was sort of funny in TNA, and Kurt Angle would have a what the fuck look anytime Sting had some weird comedy. Like, okay, yeah, it had mileage, but your mileage that could really varies.
I'm gonna have to backtrack and look up old Joker Sting videos from TNA and find out if there's any diamonds in that rough.
The only thing that I can remember off the top was he red face painted Hulk Hogan.
That was weird.
That was so weird. Yeah, Joker Sting was the worst thing ever. I hated it, says Buddha. Like, what would have been badass? And like I said, if you had this is a hill I will die on. Freaking WWE had a chance to have a version of the main event Mafia from TNA be there, because there was a point where you had Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, and Sting all under one roof, right?
Yes.
They could have actually done it, and that would have been a nice little refresher for all three of them. It would have been a nice way of them being the main event Mafia. Give them a different freaking name if you're worried about the copyright, but still, like, that would have been a nice, like, hey, have these three who are like an evil heel faction come out and like, hey, you know what? Like, we've crossed paths one more time. We should band together one time. I don't know. The Authority,
I agree with you.
Or the Shield or some shit. I don't know.
They could have had a reunion.
They could have. It would have been fun
if Seth Rollins didn't powerbomb Sting into retirement.
Retirement. That's why Sting is taking matches right now, because he's retired.
Well, I mean, I don't freaking know.
Yeah, exactly.
Medical science, man. I don't get it. All right, now let's get to the exciting match of the night. And this is a one-on-one match for the AEW International Championship, as Buddy Matthews, 1/3 of the AEW World Trios Champions and a member of the House of Black, challenges freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. So the story with this one-on-one match, it's absolutely awesome. Buddy Matthews, Buddy Matthews working over the right hand of Orange Cassidy to neutralize his ability to use the Orange Punch. Yeah, and also with Julia Hart at ringside, taking advantage of the rules whenever the referee has his back turned, and as paying homage to his former leader, the former Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins, Buddy Matthews even at one point hit the curb stomp onto Orange Cassidy, but it was only able to get a 2 count.
Ooh, not bad.
Yeah, I like that. Yay, a little bit of continuity. Continuity. Yeah, it works. All right. But then after a great back and forth clash between both these guys, Orange Cassidy, sans working right hand, was able to steal a victory, rolling up Buddy Matthews to get the win. Your winner, and still AEW International Champion by a hair, Orange Cassidy. Thank you. So once again, Orange Cassidy showing that he is a hell of a talent on AEW TV, having great matches every single week. But I keep going back to my earlier point. What's the point of the AEW International title? I don't get it. You already have a mid title with the...
Let me put it to you this way. Do you remember when we used to own a cat?
Yes.
And you remember when when that cat, we gave it the prettiest collar that we could think of because it's just so adorable to us and so precious to us?
Yeah.
Same thing. Orange Cassidy is Tony Khan's pet cat.
Ugh. Yeah, that is true.
In the chat, Budenda is saying, yo, he's Seth Rollins, that overrated high-pitched bum who cost Finn Balor his big push and almost paralyzed Sting. Yeah, that's Seth Rollins. Yep.
Another thing that we agree on.
Vicente, Vince McMahon, main event mafia, who? They are not better than me. I'm Vince McMahon, damn it. And he said, like, wow, I didn't even notice the Buddy Matthews tribute to Seth. Way to look out for a good spot. See, there you go.
I know, right?
Let's see. And
Thank you.
Tam says that she likes that matchup between Orange Cassidy and Buddy Matthews. So
it was
not bad,
fun.
not bad at all.
In fact, okay, so fair enough. They're trying to build prestige for this mid-card championship, the international title. Now, here's an example of how to completely diminish it. Now, let's get to the bad match of the night. And this one-on-one match is for the AEW TNT title as the defending champion, Powerhouse Will Hobbs, flanked by QT Marshall and Harley Cameron from their mocking their stupid TMZ show QTV. Will Hobbs goes one-on-one against Silas Young, member from Ring of Honor, who's a former Ring of Honor world champion. And this match ended in seconds, man. It's a blink and you miss it. Will Hobbs put him away easily.
Good God. I kind of feel bad for Silas Young.
I feel bad for everybody. This was horrible. Will Hobbs was they're doing nothing. AEW is doing nothing to build up the championship and to build up Will Hobbs as a contender with this whole crap with QTV and the squash match. Like, just what is even the point? And then after the match, the QTV guys, or rather the factory, along with the Will Hobbs, they tried to put the beat down on Silas Young, and then Wardlow shows up on the Titantron. I didn't have the picture of it, unfortunately, but Wardlow shows up on the Titantron, and he trashes Will Hobbs' new car that he got from QTV. He trashes it with a crowbar, smashes the windshield, gets on a forklift, and then lifts the car, flips it over, and then when he gets out, it's so stupid. He gets out of the forklift, and the forklift is still running.
As in, the forklift is still going on without him. It's moving still?
Yes!
What?
And if it wasn't for the car being in the way, the forklift would have driven off on its own.
No! Oh my God, no! No! Okay, no!
Oh my God!
No! That is No! That is so dangerous! I'm not even freaking kidding!
I know.
No! God damn it! How many freaking forklift accidents are there? How many? We don't need him in pro wrestling. Is he even freaking forklift certified at all?
Who? Wardlow?
Yeah!
Not that I know of.
Then what the fuck is he doing running one?
It doesn't matter because
Jesus Christ, that's horrifying, man.
It doesn't matter because he then went to the stage and brawled with Will Hobbs before they were broken up by officials, and then Wardlow powerbombed Aaron Solo, member of the Factory, through the table off the stage. And then that whole segment finishes off with Wardlow holding the TNT Championship.
Oh my God.
God, that was so dumb. The forklift just kept going.
No. God almighty, no, guys, come on.
Oh, man. Juan's trying really hard to keep it together, man.
I'm trying not to lose my freaking brain, only because that's like, okay, the spot would have been perfectly fine if it wasn't for like, oh, hey, I'm going to let the freaking forklift keep going after I'm done trashing this guy's car.
So where does that fall in the pecking order when we compare the kidnapping from the Pretty
terrible.
Deadly?
Like, okay, kidnapping Pretty Deadly only for Pretty Deadly to bust out of the trunk on their own. That was dumb, but this is actually dangerous.
Oh, but don't worry. The show only
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of OSHA violations. In the chat, let me see here. Vicente Guerrero, next AEW title, nobody asked for. Women's Cruiserweight title, won by Julia Hart. By the way, I marked for Julia either way. And yes,
I also marked for Julia Hart.
He was in ROH. He should not be jumping to Will Hobbs in a 1 to 2 minute squash match. Wardlow with that forklift is a really bad version of Austin Triple H Survivor Series, as bad as in 3 out of 10. We were there.
Yeah.
Zay and I were there, Survivor Series 2000, when Stone Cold almost vehicularly manslaughtered Triple H with a forklift car in the car.
That was fun times.
It was fun.
I'm pretty sure Bunda will agree that whole forklift thing with Wardlow was horrible. But let's talk about the really, really bad segment. And I want you to follow along with me because there's going to be a little bit of confusion. All right. So this segment opens up with All Ego Ethan Page, who is a member of the horribly put together faction called The Firm.
No. Okay, yes. You're done with... I'm done. No.
Nope, we're doing this.
No!
We have to.
Do I?
Yes.
Do we really?
Yes, let me go ahead and get to it.
Get it over with.
So Ethan Page has been Ethan Page is crying and bitching because he lost to Hook and he didn't capture the FTW championship because of outside interference by Matt Hardy, who is currently under the employee of the Firm. And then he was interrupted by Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy, one half of Private Party. Matt Hardy apparently put in the contract. Okay, now this next part's going to sound confusing, so follow along with me word for word. Matt Hardy apparently put a clause in the contract that Ethan Page signed stating that in the contract, if Hook defeated Ethan Page, that Matt Hardy and Private Party would no longer be under the dominion of the Firm. Now, here's where it gets confusing. In that contract, there's also a clause where Matt Hardy gets to pick the time, place, and stipulation of his one-on-one match against Ethan Page. And the stipulation is, if Matt Hardy wins, then Matt Hardy and Private Party are free from the Firm.
No. Okay. This just won't do. This just will not.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I can't with this show.
There's too much thought put into this, not enough development, and not enough of giving a shit.
This whole segment screams TNA storylines. I didn't even need Vince Russo to help. Ugh.
I'll slap you if you ever mention his name again.
Oh my God.
I'm not kidding.
All right. Calm down. Hold your horses, Juan. Jeez, man. Don't slap your own brother.
No, we slap each other all the live long day. I'm just like, don't mention.
And then the firm ganged up on Matt Hardy, Isaiah Cassidy, and the FTW champion Hook, who tried to help. And it was a 4-on-3 beatdown. And it looked like, the heels were going to win until we get a surprise return. The return of a multi-time tag team champion, the former WWE champion, the Enigma, the Daredevil himself, Jeff Hardy, has returned to AEW and has helped even the odds against the Firm. He took out Lee Moriarty with the twist of fate before putting him away with the Swanton bomb and celebrating with not only the fans in Milwaukee but also with his brother Matt Hardy. The Hardy Boys are back in full swing. So I have opinions.
Okay, we're going to get into our opinions here in a minute. I'm going to check the chat real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Let me see. Bunda. AEW is wearing Wardlow. I can't tell you something memorable that Wardlow's done in the last 3 months. Dominion, what the fuck does that mean? Yeah. That's just fancy wording. Stop
Unfortunately,
it. Unfortunately,
Bunda is not wrong.
Another thing that, what's his face, is... you and Bunda are agreeing upon. Isn't that nice? We're finding so much common ground tonight.
Unfortunately, yes. AEW dropped the ball. They failed to push Wardlow as a single star.
Vicente in the chat. Matt Hardy said the stipulation on him versus Ethan means he gets freedom from him in Private Party. Seconds before, he said himself and Private Party were free after Hook beat all Ego. What? Huh? What? And Bunda, they gave Kevin Owens the Swanton and the Stunner, and that slob still can't get over. Why was he Universal Champion? Why is he Undisputed Tag Champion?
Why is he now a Grand Slam champion?
Yeah, so, what's that about him not being over?
Now, as for Jeff Hardy, okay, I'm going to try my best not to crap on Jeff Hardy because...
I won't.
Because here's the thing. I'm not going to crap on anybody if they're actually trying to make an effort to fight against their addiction. Fighting addiction in general. Fighting addiction is general. We can agree here on the Ravens flock it's very, very tough. Whether it's alcohol addiction, drug addictions, painkiller addictions, any type of addictions that's damaging your health, we in the Ravens flock support the efforts of those who are actually trying to battle their own addictions, battle their own demons. Right?
Naturally.
Yes.
It takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of willpower, and it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of conviction, and strength of will in order to do that.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't have any goddamn respect for Jeff Hardy in this, because how many goddamn second, third, ninth, 12th chances has this guy gotten before people realize, no, this dude has been trying to kill himself in the ring since the moment he left WWE. I'm done with him. I'm sorry, I cannot get behind it.
Juan's actually not wrong. Since Jeff Hardy made his debut in AEW last year following Revolution, AEW has been trying to get a lot of mileage out of Jeff Hardy, making him pull one dangerous stunt after another. And before he
wanted it.
Yeah, and before he could continue that trend, Jeff got himself arrested for again for a DUI charge in Florida, and yeah. He was taken off AEW TV for the whole time.
I used to have respect for Jeff Hardy, even while in the earlier years with his addictions and stuff getting like bad and stuff. But it took, was it Victory Road, TNA Victory Road 2009, 2011?
2010.
2010. Yeah, where he came in plastered and slop as fuck, and Sting put him away in 3 seconds in a squash.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's where, like, all right, this is becoming a goddamn problem. Nobody's giving this guy the support system, the structure that he needs, that he clearly needs to freaking get his head out of his ass. He's not a 20-year-old little wiener doing, like, flippy flops all over anymore. He's an old man. Yes, he could still hang, but he's got to stop with this shit. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
It was fine using his addictions and stuff and all that stuff for like storyline and stuff. Because like you said, like what we were talking about Roxy, if you handle it gracefully, if you handle it carefully, it can give you proper cinematic freaking storytelling in your pro wrestling, which is good.
But with Jeff Hardy and his constant battles with the law due to his own stupidity and his own incompetence, like it just casts a huge shadow over anything that he does at AEW at this point.
It's like I cannot invest myself emotionally, mentally, intellectually in anything with Jeff Hardy in a serious pro wrestling angle anymore. I'm sorry, there's only so many times you can trip on the same pebble trip on the same rock before it stops being the rock's fault.
And also for Matt Hardy, like Matt Hardy's gone out of his way to defend his brother Jeff, but like how many times can you defend him, dude?
Like, I'm not going to try to pretend to know what's inside Matt Hardy's head. And I'm not going to try to say that standing up for your little brother is ever wrong. I will stand up for you, Jose, and for Angel to my dying breath. I don't give a damn. But if you were as much of a colossal fuck up as Jeff Hardy is, or if Angel was as much of a colossal fuck up as Jeff Harvey is, I'm not going to stand for it any further at this point. I'm sorry. You're not willing to listen. I'm not going to waste my breath on someone who doesn't want to take that step for themselves. Either you change your fucking attitude and get it yourself straightened out, or I'm going to have to end up burying you, and I don't want to freaking do that. So get your shit together, because that's where we're headed.
Agreed.
But
100%.
Apparently Jeff Harvey doesn't seem to like. This is like, and he's promised he'll be clean this time. No fucking kidding.
Yeah,
of course.
Sure.
In the chat,
Bunda's off.
Yeah. How long did that last, Wancho? Like 4 months. How long has he gotten over since then? Okay, talking about Kevin Owens. Vicente, nice. Jeff ran in to save Matt without dancing before his save this time. Jeff did the dance thing in his debut run-in. That was weird.
That was very weird.
And Buddha was like, I bet you anything he'll never be anything you want. He'll never be WWE champion again. I don't think he'll ever go back.
No, he never will.
Jeff Hardy is who he is. There's no changing him. You're right. You can't save a fish from water. Vicente, only wishful thinking, but Punk running another program with Jeff Hardy now in AEW would still sell big. And Buddha saying, I will never stand up for Angel.
Oh!
Because apparently, Bunda can't use the actual Angel emoji because he's not an inner flocker. So that's his own loss. Also, Gene Rick. How's it going, Gene Rick? Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Welcome.
We're here talking about how Jeff Hardy's a goddamn lost cause as far as
he's a total mess. All right, and hey, I want to be proven wrong. I really want to be proven wrong. If Jeff Hardy actually does something like that, I don't know, if he actually does retire this year, retire, right? Yeah. Like if he actually does hang up his boots, then okay, very well. I'm not going to be as harsh because at least he he did the right thing. But if he falls back, like, come on, man. I'm just tired. I'm just bummed out with Jeff Hardy, man, and all the vices that he puts himself in.
It's like he fucked up so many freaking times. There's no redeeming him.
Exactly. Now let's get to the main event, and it is a one-on-one clash for the first time ever as Le Champion. Chris Jericho, the leader of the Jericho Appreciation Society, takes on the former NXT champion himself, the limitless Keith Lee.
You guys can tell where this is going. Even Keith Lee's got the look of like, look, I completely understand where this is going. I am not going to fight my fate tonight.
I love Keith Lee, man. I actually met him at the NXT house show in Tampa a couple years ago. He's awesome.
Yeah.
But that being said, okay, this is another David and Goliath, old versus new school between Jericho and Keith Lee. And Keith Lee using his size and strength advantage against Chris Jericho, especially during the spots where Jericho struggled to get in the walls of Jericho onto the big guy. And at one point he tried to hit a code breaker, but then Keith Lee caught him in the air and then slammed him right into the ground. Like, holy damn, that's awesome, right? Oh, yeah. At one point, Chris Jericho tried to counter one of Keith Lee's moves. I think it was a moonsault. He put up his knees, but it looks like in doing so, Jericho hurt himself on one of the knees during that match. Like, ouch. Ugh. Yeah, I know. Not very good for Le Champion. If you get my meaning. And then
I really couldn't care less about Le Champion.
And Chris Jericho also had the Dragon Slayer, Daniel Garcia, at ringside, who provided interference with the referee's back turn to try to help.
Who did he have?
Chris Jericho had Daniel Garcia.
Who?
Daniel Garcia.
Who?
What? I know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's called Jericho Flunky number 15. There.
Yeah, no. Keith Lee was able to battle back against the odds. He battled against Daniel Garcia. He stopped Chris Jericho in his tracks. But then the match but then we had a dirty finish as Swerve Strickland interfered in the main event with a gang mask on, and he attacked Keith Lee with the referee's back turn with the referee distracted. This allowed Chris Jericho to pin and win. Your winner, Chris Jericho.
Because it always 100% makes sense to have Jericho go over anybody.
And then after the match, out came another former NXT champion, Adam Cole, baby, to help out his former rival. To help him out and walk him back up the ramp of turning away from the Jericho Appreciation Society. So it looks like AEW is teasing an alliance between Keith Lee and Adam Cole, which is surprising because both of these guys were rivals and feuded for the NXT Championship. The last time these two were in a program was during the NXT's Great American Bash in 2020, where Keith Lee defeated his rival to become NXT Champion.
Good God. So, like, at this point, I'm trying to find out, like, okay, so now we had what's his face? Swerve Strickland. No, it wasn't Swerve Strickland. Who was it? Freaking who messed with him? Keith Lee just now?
Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia. Okay, yeah.
Daniel Garcia tried. Then Keith Lee stopped him, and now Swerve Strickland cost Keith Lee his match. Yeah, it's a mixed bag.
It's
ridiculous. I didn't like. I'm not for the finish.
Okay, so Adam Cole, baby, when he's not doing work as the official announcer for AEW for all the official announcements that Tony Khan really shouldn't be announcing on his own. Like now he's teaming up with Keith Lee.
Now he's teaming up with Keith Lee to fight back against the Jericho Appreciation Society. Oh man.
All right.
Well, here's the thing. Sure. I mean, with this program, you can get a lot of mileage out of. I mean, Chris Jericho has never clashed with Adam Cole in the past, so I'm sure.
Don't forget Bebe at the end, damn it.
With Adam Cole, Bebe in the past, and I would like to see a big hoss fight between Keith Lee and Jake Hager.
That would be cool. That would be cool. But Jose, here's the problem. In order for Jake Hager to have a match, he would have to lose his purple hat.
Oh, God.
And that means he would be totally uninteresting, totally worthless if he didn't have his hat.
The chances of him losing his hat are about as good as me taking off my hat on Wrestle Rewind.
He's got to never, ever let go of his hat ever, Jose.
Ever.
Otherwise, he's completely worthless. Otherwise, he's not supposed to be part of the...
Otherwise, he's just a face in the crowd.
Wrestling. Yeah, exactly. Because who in the world would dare want to watch anything involving Jake Hager if he doesn't have his dumb purple hat?
Oh, God. You can tell Juan is totally for it, I say in sarcasm.
This is why do you think I'm so pissed off with this whole...
I know you are. I know you are.
As
Keith
if,
Lee should have won.
Calling Punk a cancer, and this idiot apparently is such gold.
Keith Lee should have won.
Keith Lee should have freaking won. It would have made more sense.
But now let's go ahead and switch.
It's like in the chat while we're getting switched over. Vicente, Nick Gage and Justice Payne, rest in peace, Justice, went through a similar mess in early CZW. Nick Gage was addicted to painkillers. Justice would try to talk to him, and Nick would say we could fight about it. And yeah, no shock. Only bad on Keith Lee is his gray hair dye. Wait, he's dyeing his hair gray? You mean he's not actually prematurely graying?
I thought it was actually premature graying.
Yo, what the shit? That is so weird.
It is weird.
No shock that Keith Lee and Adam Cole Bebe would team up. After all, Adam Cole Bebe was going to change his name and manage Keith Lee. Such a bond.
Oh, God, yes, that was the thing that WWE tried to push on Adam Cole. They were going to shave his head.
Change your name.
Yeah, they were going to
shave your head, pal. And you can manage Keith Lee, pal.
Between this and what they're doing with him in AEW, I mean, of course he's going to go with AEW. All right, now let's go ahead and talk about this week's edition of Impact Wrestling. This is their go-home show before their upcoming pay-per-view event, Impact Rebellion. Impact Rebellion is this Sunday, actually. This Sunday, April 16th, and Impact Wrestling is making their return at Winter, Ontario, Canada.
And not a moment too soon, because apparently the president of Impact Wrestling, Scott D'Amore, Mr. Canada himself, has made a triumphant return as a proper authority figure. So how about that?
Yes!
I'm just more horrified. Okay, so we have the authority figure of what's his nuts, of Scott D'Amore, Mr. Canada, who's back at Impact. Yep. And we also have the Director of Authority, the DOA, Santino Marella.
That's right, the Santino Marella.
No. No. I will throw things at you.
All right, let's go ahead and start off with the opening match for Impact Wrestling.
Real quick, before we do, Gene Rick dropping a $1.99 super chat.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate it. You are
for
awesome.
your continuing support. We appreciate it immensely. Thank you for the great wrestling coverage. No, thank you for your support. We do this stuff and we love it.
Indeed.
All right, so what's that match, Jose?
Let's go ahead and start off with the opening match. The opening match is the one-on-one encounter between Kenny King versus Frankie Kazarian. Whoever wins will gain the early advantage for their upcoming hardcore war at Rebellion.
Okay, you're going to have to explain this one. What's hardcore war? Is this a teams match?
It is a teams match. It's a multi-man teams encounter match. No disqualification. Anything goes. All weapons legal. It's basically what it is. Hardcore war.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it elimination? Is it just a bunch of guys slapping each other with chairs and sticks?
It's going to be a bunch of guys slapping each other with a bunch of weapons.
All right, what are these teams? Who
All right.
are these
I'm trying to remember because I did skip last week's Impact Wrestling because of Main Event Thursday. So I'm trying to remember here. Okay, so Kenny King on his heel team. There's Kenny King. There's Bully Ray.
Who's the captain of the team?
Who's the captain of the team. There's Moose. There's also Masha Slamovich. And there's also this one tag team. They're called the Good Hands. So they got 6 guys on their team.
All right.
And on the babyfaces side, they have Frankie Kazarian. They have former ECW World Champion Tommy Dreamer.
So it's Team Tommy versus Team Bully Ray.
Yes.
Okay, so it's ECW stuff. Go on.
Yeah, it's ECW stuff.
Keep going.
All right. Now this was a good opening match, and this week's Impact Wrestling takes place over at, like I said, Windsor, Ontario, Canada, the home place for Rebellion. Both these guys are veterans in the wrestling in the game of wrestling. They've both competed in different promotions in Ring of Honor, old school TNA, so that kind of stuff. And Frankie Kazarian, despite his age, man, he still has a lot of mileage to deliver in the ring. One of the cool spots that he did was he actually, I'm trying to remember here. Okay, so Kenny King was on the ring apron opposite of the ring, and Frankie Kazarian used his own momentum against him, used the ropes to whiplash Kenny King into the ring and hit him and catch him midair with a cutter, but only got a 2 count. But that was so cool.
Not bad, man.
Yeah, I know. But of course, we have to have a convoluted, dirty finish with the heels getting involved in the proceedings. Well, with costing Frankie Kazarian the match. Kenny King took advantage of that and pinned and win for his team. Your winner, Kenny King.
So they have the advantage. What advantage? What is the advantage in this hardcore war lazy booking match? What advantage are we talking about?
I think I need to do some more research.
You need to do some more research. Come on, man. I understand you had a very busy week, but come on, man.
Yeah, I know. Ugh.
All right, okay. This sounds like it was a crazy-ass match. I like it. I dig it. I don't have an issue with it. Oh, Linda's in the chat. For the record, Your Honor, Linda.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Wrestle Rewind. Vicente was saying, I miss the badass Jake Hager that was in Lucha Underground. You can still watch Lucha Underground on Roku TV's El Rey channel. Funny seeing Jake once throw Sammy G around after a 6-man tag match loss. Hardcore War can be fun if you pretend this is a train wreck match right out of IWA Mid-South. Just don't give me any goddamn Ian Rotten hepatitis bullcrap.
See, now I have to look up clips of Lucha Underground and
now I can think of his New Jack on the last professional wrestling match that he was in. It was in this little dinky match. He stepped out of the ring and just started stabbing his opponent in the back.
Yeah,
with a shiv.
Man, that was crazy times.
I'm like, no, that wasn't crazy times. That was recent before he kicked the bucket.
Yeah, no, that was in 2004.
Yeah, okay, New Jack. No.
Yeah.
No.
Thankfully, we're not going to be covering anything that crazy tonight. Although we do have a different brand of crazy that will definitely get a cringe reaction from Juan. But not this time. This time, we're going to talk about an exciting match, and this was the semi-main event to tonight's edition of Impact Wrestling, as the quintessential diva, Giselle Shaw, goes one-on-one against the returning Tasha Steelz, the Boricua badass.
Oh, snap. Okay, yeah, I got to see bits and pieces of the match, and you mentioned earlier, how earlier on the program of Impact, how they had made a very direct, pointed statement about the bullcrap that Giselle Shaw went through with over WrestleMania weekend with Rick Steiner crapping on her for being a transgender woman.
Yeah, Rick Steiner, you can go to hell.
Yeah, no, fuck you, Rick Steiner, you jackass. I don't care what kind of freaking situation he might have been. There's no excuse for being a transphobic.
It's 2023, dude. Grow the fuck up.
Exactly. Get with the times, man.
Exactly.
I'm just hoping that this doesn't affect Braun Breaker in any negative way. Oopsie.
Well, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, all they did was just turn Braun Breaker heel, and him dropping the championship to Carmelo Hayes was the right call.
And like I mentioned earlier, okay, number one, how the hell is anyone gonna tell if Giselle Shaw was born male was assigned male at birth to begin with?
You can't.
If you don't know. If you don't already know, you would never be able to tell. She is that damn fine. That being said, it doesn't diminish her or inform her ability in the ring. She's still a badass, and that's what matters. So let's actually talk about how badass this match was.
This match was totally badass. Not just with the addition of the Boricua badass, but the badass level on all on both of these women. It was so cool. Right. Tasha Steelz is a babyface now. She's trying to battle against not just Giselle Shaw, but also some outside interference from Giselle Shaw's bodyguard guy named Jai Vidal, and from Tasha Steelz's former bodyguard, Savannah Evans, who, with the referee's back turned, Savannah Evans planted a Uranagi onto Tasha Steelz's back first onto the edge of the ring apron. Ouch.
Right? That's friggin' hardcore right there, man.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And throughout this whole time, it's been Giselle Shaw's game. Giselle Shaw had been dominating over Tasha Steelz throughout the entire match. But, Tasha Steelz was able to battle against the odds, and despite all the outside kerfuffle with her faction, with Giselle Shaw's faction, Tasha Steelz actually managed to score a victory on her return match.
Right? Holy cow, amazing. So, against the odds, Tasha Steele beat the crap out of Giselle Shaw.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
and she managed to do it, all of this, even with Savannah Evans and Jai Vidal at ringside trying to wreck shit. In the chat, Vicente was saying hi to Linda, and the knee that Giselle landed against the ring steps was mostly missed by the camera crew. I hope the cam doesn't do it next time. Ouch.
That was another thing that happened on the show too, and I'm pretty sure Giselle Shaw will be fine.
All right, and Bunda's saying he's out for the night. See you guys next week. Bunda, we'll check you next time. We're live Saturday and Sunday, so if you want to keep us company, point and laugh at us, you're more than welcome.
Have a good night, man.
Yeah, and thank you for joining us, man.
Have a good night, Bunda. All right, but yeah, great match, right?
Not bad at all. I dig it.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, fun fact about Giselle Shaw, she was trained by a former ECW original, another Canadian hometown hero, Lance Storm.
If he could be serious for just a few minutes.
I like Lance Storm. I've seen his matches.
How can we not like Lance Storm?
He's awesome. He's a great wrestler. I think his strongest run was in WCW in 2000 when he was going all Team Canada and he was capturing every title there.
That was hilarious. The U.S. title became the Canadian championship.
And he made a Canadian title out of the hardcore title, a Canadian title out of the cruiserweight title. It's amazing.
Right. So good.
It's amazing because WCW had an opportunity to build another rising star, and they squandered it in favor of all of their lifers.
I mean, yeah, don't you know? Don't you know, bro?
All right.
Yeah, and the super... the suplex on the apron looked cringe level pain. Ow. Snap.
All right. Now let's get to an exciting segment of the night. And this is a video package hyping up one of the matches that's happening this Sunday at Rebellion. First of all, a little recap. Josh Alexander suffered a torn tricep a couple of weeks ago and had to forfeit the Impact World Championship so that he can recover from injury. And we here at the Ravens Flock, we do wish Josh Alexander a speedy recovery.
Right? It's as far as how that went, it's totally messed up how Josh Alexander, who's been on pretty much an undefeated streak this entire time, had to he took the responsibility to relinquish the Impact World Championship. Man, it was so fucked.
It was really effed, and I really feel bad because whatever future plans they may have had with Josh Alexander just went completely off the rails due to injury. Now, in this video package, they also showed videos of both the struggles for the two contenders who will be competing for the vacant Impact World title. That is Steve Maclin, the originally scheduled #1 contender, and I should have got a better picture of him, but I did in the other one, and Japanese wrestler, former NXT Cruiserweight champion Kushida.
Right, so like I said, I don't have an issue with either of these guys competing for the Impact World Championship, but at the same time, at the cost of Josh Alexander having to step out for recovery, it's such a pain.
Yeah,
also,
no,
real quick, thank you so much, Shamanistic Unicorn Tam, for dropping a $5 tip in our Stream Elements tip jar. Thank you so much for your continuing support.
Thank you.
Couldn't continue this stuff without you, and we are thankful for any little bit of the support that we get from every one of y'all. Thank you again.
You are awesome. Now, that being said, both of these men deserve to be in the conversation for the world title picture. I mean, Steve Maclin was already #1 contender. He earned his spot. And as for Kushida, during the video package, they show Kushida that not only did he wrestle in New Japan and Ring of Honor, but another fun fact about him is that he also was a student in Scott D'Amore's wrestling school in Canada.
So
everything comes full circle.
Yeah, there's continuity.
There is continuity. Surprisingly, he didn't mention any of the success with his time in WWE, since Impact Wrestling had no problem in mentioning anything related to WWE.
Yeah, no, there was never an issue with it in the past, so I don't see what the hell's keeping him from doing it now.
But that being said, this is going to be a spectacular match. If Kushida wins, it'll be a true, awesome launch pad moment for him for his entire wrestling career. I mean, if Steve Maclin wins, same thing for him. I think both these guys have a great opportunity to come out as really big-time players for Impact Wrestling. And as for Josh Alexander, oh man, torn triceps, that is rough. That is the same injury that has sidelined John Moxley, CM Punk. Who's another wrestler that had torn triceps? Batista?
Batista, yeah.
Yeah, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, it just sucks. Oof, I can't begin to imagine what it's like to have a tricep, any muscle torn up. Ugh.
I'm over here thinking of when Cody tore his pectoral.
Oh my God, yes, Cody and Triple H tearing their pectoral muscles. Oh man, oh man, oh man. All right. That being said, let's go ahead and move on to the.
At least, like I said, we're with the way the match is being built up. At least everyone who's on the playing board knows what's on the line, so they're taking it very seriously. So this Sunday, the main event of Impact Rebellion is going to be Steve Maclin versus Kushida to crown a brand new Impact World Champion.
Yes,
it's going to be a great match. I got nothing but love for Kushida. Steve Maclin's a steady hand in the ring. Both these guys know how to work. They're sure to put on a hell of a show. I just wish to God it was under better circumstances.
I agree.
But you play the hand you're dealt.
No, I agree with you. All right. Now let's go to the match of the night, and this is a tag team match, player.
Holla, holla.
The team of...
Look at this. It's trying to mess with me over here.
Representing the design is Alan Angels and Sami Callihan going 2-on-2 against against Dirty Dango, the former Fandango, and the Impact Digital Media Champion, Joe Hendry.
Say his name and
he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
God, I'm so inspired already. Let me tell me how this match went.
All right.
It's gonna be so inspirational.
It wasn't
so
a horrible,
phenomenal.
It's
gonna be incredible. You got to tell us now.
All right. So before the match got underway, Joe Hendry and Dirty Dango cut a babyface promo in the ring. The fans loved it. Of course, the fans are behind Joe Hendry. It's not hard to see why. And then when they get to the match, the match was good. It wasn't horrible. It's just, man, oh man, the design, I feel like they're falling down in the pecking order with things, man. Ugh. I don't know. I've tried really hard to embrace the design after they killed Eric Young.
Yeah, no, I'm still not gonna let him go over the fact that they changed it up and had Eric Young leave Impact by having what's his nuts myrtleize him in a prison interrogation room. Also, Lisa Boo is saying goodnight. She's got to go to bed. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for joining us, Lisa Boo. You have a good one. Check you later. Also, Vicente was saying, you can find some of Scott D'Amore's matches here on YouTube, and WCW jobbing off to Harlem Heat, and Scott D'Amore jobbing to Undertaker on WWF Superstars. Ouch. Yeah. But at least he's got it where it counts. Also, Linda was saying, no thank you, that when it comes to torn muscle injuries and recovery on that, they definitely do not want to mess with them. So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Now, to the design's credit, they were actually able to gain some ground later during the tag match. They were able to battle against the babyfaces and actually take advantage, divide and conquer. But in the pivotal point that really screwed them over was when Alan Angels had Joe Hendry held up for Sami Callihan to strike him down. Sami Callihan does his thumbs up, thumbs down thing. He misses and accidentally hits his tag partner.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, oof, that did not go according to plan. Joe Hendry and Dirty Dango took advantage of this and were able to secure a victory. Your winners, Dirty Dango and Joe Hendry. And then after the match, things got silly. I spared you the pictures because if I actually showed it here, you would kill me.
I do have a metal rod in my hand, so the likelihood of it is present. So go on.
So after the design tried to put a beat down on Joe Hendry and on Dirty Dango, out came the director of authority for Impact Wrestling, Santino Marella, for the save, and Alan Angels was left alone in the ring, and Santino Marella, he brought it back.
No.
He brought it back.
No.
He strapped it onto his hand, and he brought back the Cobra and knocked down Alan Angels.
No. God damn it. One step forward, two steps back. Jesus, no. Not the stupid Cobra sock again. Shoot me. Oh my God. That's insane. That's freaking terrible, man.
That's Santino Marella.
No. That's stupid is what it is. And now apparently at Rebellion, we're going to have a 6-man tag match between the Design and the team of Dirty Dango, Joe Hendry, and Santino Marella.
That's right, folks.
No.
Santino Marella is lacing up his boots one more time.
No. No, he's not. He is retired. He should stay retired. Stay away.
You know
Please.
that's not going to happen.
I want that. I need that. He was fine. Nobody asked anything of him. Nobody wanted to buy an autograph. Nobody wanted to buy into your wrestling classes. Nobody wanted your sock merch that you keep in the trunk of your car. Santino, it's okay to just have a hot daughter who's in your old company. It's okay. Nobody wants you around anymore. Stop it. Yeah, no, if you sent to Cobra on Angels. God dang it.
But Juancho, his employer gave him a role to play.
Get back here.
No.
Stop breathing. Stop living. You conceited. Stupid.
Goodbye. Stop me.
Step.
Oh, no. Okay, stop.
You hobo. God almighty. Okay, if he said in the chat, I like Hannibal channels, but he reviewed wrestling for the week, mildly talking shit on Josh Alexander, giving up the title. He claimed several guys could work through the injury. He clearly doesn't watch Impact. In heaven, Brody Lee's watched the Cobra spot and thought, see, Angels, this is what happens when you spit on the Dark Order mask.
Oh! Damn. You think it was better off staying in the Dark Order?
Considering how Dark Order really doesn't, exist right anymore.
I mean, it still does.
Kind of. No, it doesn't. It really shouldn't.
I don't know. I mean, they just got back Stu Grayson.
No. I'm sorry, but guys, it's time to let it go.
Oh
Please.
my God.
I'm asking nicely.
Oh no. Wancho, we're about to get even dumber.
Oh God, I forgot this is Impact.
We got a really bad segment from the Canadian Frankenstein monster himself, PCO.
No, I'm not going to subject people to that visual. Sorry, no. Quickly, just tell me what the idiot did.
So PCO, okay, so to cut it short, PCO in his video package.
Okay, I'm sorry, I got to freaking put it up.
PCO
Everyone suffers with me. There. Thank you, Tam. And yeah, Tam's over here saying that she remembers the Cobra. And yeah, the emojis, help me out.
All right,
Quick,
so
please.
PCO has challenged Eddie Edwards to a last rites match at Rebellion, and it's just him screaming and roaring and doing his shtick throughout his whole video.
Adriana G saying goodnight. Hi there, Adriana. Welcome.
Oh, great! The moment I mentioned this idiot, we lose someone.
People are leaving because of PCO. I'm taking him off of the screen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, she's saying goodnight to whoever went to bed to Lisa.
Okay, thank goodness.
Okay, Adriana, welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Welcome to Wrestle
Were you
Rewind.
thinking that you only popped up just to say goodnight to us?
Because of this.
Because of how fugly PCO is. I have 3 hours of homework to go. Holy crap.
Oh, wow.
Yo, I hope that we were able to help you pass the time here.
Indeed.
But still, any excuse to get PCO off my screen. Sorry, it's just ugly.
Yeah, just get him off.
Please. Sorry,
it's all right.
ugly.
Let's go ahead and move on to the main event segment. Now, this is another one of the major talking points in Impact Wrestling right now because here we go. The Impact Knockouts World Champion, Mickie James. So, to explain her situation, a couple of weeks ago, Mickie James was sidelined from an injury after being assaulted by Bully Ray, and she was also speared. Like, it was an indirect attack, like miscalculation from Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace speared Mickie James down, and Mickie James was kept off TV for weeks. And there was speculation, we didn't know if she would be cleared to compete at Impact Wrestling or not. So for this segment, a lot of the fans who were in attendance in the arena, they actually left the arena, leaving everything like empty for Mickie James to cut her main event segment. And Juan, you saw this with me.
I saw that. They were actually showing people leaving the arena. They even had the commentary guys go backstage to say, like, okay, Mickie James has requested that the Impact Zone be cleared out for what she's going to say. We're still going to have camera, but she's asking to have this bit of, I guess, personal dignity, personal space.
Personal space, I would say. But this was
something like this was very hard.
But this is just another proof that that wrestling aside, Mickie James is also very capable of talking anybody into the building. She knows how to cut compelling promos. And this one was really tugging into heartstrings. Like, she basically when she talked about her last rodeo, how that was fun for her, how she proved that she could still hang with the knockouts of Impact Wrestling from our modern age. She also mentioned during this promo segment, and you can help me out here, she also mentioned about battling against time itself.
Basically saying how like the whole point of her doing the last rodeo was that if she was willing, like, that she was willing to work for a title shot and not just rest on her laurels of being a 20-year veteran of the game, of being a badass legend that she is, that she's willing to work for it just like anyone else, but the only person that she couldn't defeat is time. And so she was saying, like, as I came back, even as Knockouts World Champion, I'm I have people like everyone from the ring who've been in the game as long as I have, and also the younger folks, treating me in a very different way. I'm not healing as fast as I used to. I'm not moving as quickly as I used to. And I can't, I'm not going to delude myself into thinking that I'm still a 20-year-old girl anymore. And meanwhile, we had the other two contenders for the Knockouts World Championship, Deonna Purrazzo and Jordan Grace, who were watching backstage.
Yeah, that's also important to note, because they're both in the triple threat match for Rebellion. Now, she then finished. So then Mickie James finished off her promo segment by basically saying that she would not be able to be. She was not cleared to compete.
Medically cleared.
She's not medically cleared to compete, and that she is forced to relinquish the Impact Knockouts World Title. So this Sunday at Rebellion, it will be a one-on-one match for the vacant Impact Knockouts World Championship, and it will be Jordan Grace versus Deonna Purrazzo for the vacant prize. These two have clashed in the past. Deonna Purrazzo has 2 victories over Jordan Grace from as far back as 2020, 2021, and they're going to clash one more time for the gold.
And just to show that Mickie James meant it, and to show that she's trying to be respectful of the traditions in the ring, she left the ring with only 3 items: the microphone, her hat, and the Knockouts World Championship itself.
Yeah.
That's God damn, that hurts to watch, man.
This was not, we've seen this one. We can say this was not her announcing her retirement.
No, it's not her announcing that she's retiring. She's not leaving the ring. She's not calling it a career. She's saying that right at this moment, for this big match at Rebellion, in good faith, she cannot go against her doctor's orders, saying that she's not medically cleared. She's not going to be badass and I'm going to fight through it all. No, she's got to recognize that if she can't give 100%, even as the Knockouts champion, then she would be doing a disservice by trying to step in the ring as if she could.
Agreed. And also, it's another kudos to Impact Wrestling once again, showcasing their female competitors, their Knockouts division, at the same level of main event stars as the guys.
Exactly. That's one of the things that we will not stop praising here is Impact's Knockouts division. The Knockouts Tag Team Champions and the Knockouts World Champion, that is right up there in terms of prestige as far as women's championship and women's wrestling is concerned. So every one of the women who goes into Impact and strives for the Tag Champions or the Knockouts World Championship, they have nothing but respect. And the fact that every one of these women, they wrestle and they compete and they perform at the highest level that they can and put on these excellent shows and put on these excellent matches is a testament to one of the few things that Impact has gotten right over the years, and more so over how Mickie James, who is a veteran of the game, is treating the Knockouts division with that same reverence, with that same amount of respect, saying, if I can't hang, I shouldn't. And I am the Knockout World Champion, and I'm not 100%. And I refuse to disrespect the championship by wrestling at anything less than 100%.
Agreed.
So, and yeah, Vicente in the chat is saying, heartfelt words from Mickie James here. It did look good with the rig lights on her. I felt her age comments too because I'm 44 in a few months.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, dude. And that being said, but in this particular circumstance, like, it's bad for Impact Wrestling because that is their second major champion who had to relinquish the title. Like, man, oh man, that is just not good for them.
So that's the end of the matches over here as we lead up to Rebellion coming up in 72 hours here.
Absolutely. Juan, go ahead and ring that bell as I give my closing thoughts.
Sure thing, Jose.
All right, so closing thoughts for Impact Wrestling. I think Impact Wrestling right now, they're in a very, 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 very tumultuous period with both of their top champions having to relinquish their titles due to injury. We're getting new champions crowned this Sunday. It just sucks that it has to come at the expense of both Josh Alexander and Mickie James, who basically held it down for the longest time that they have, especially when you consider that Josh Alexander is an undefeated champion.
That's exactly it. Oh my God, he was never defeated for the Impact World Championship. Yo, that's gonna be a freaking wrinkle to go back on. Like, excuse me, I never lost my championship. I'm coming back for a bitches.
Yeah, I know.
And same with Mickie James. She's got the same thing going on. She didn't lose the championship. She vacated it for health reasons, and you better believe she'll be back for it too.
Yeah, again, absolutely.
Well done. Trying to squeeze out as much of a positive out of these negative circumstances. So yeah,
the other matches were pretty good, save for the tag match where we got Santino Marella coming into the end of it, and save for PCO.
Dynafire.
Yeah, and save for PCO's promo segment. Everything else was pretty solid. The knockouts continue to hold it down as one of the major cornerstones in Impact Wrestling. And yeah, no, just awesome all around. Now, for this week's edition of AEW Dynamite, the opening match and the opening segment with MJF, Sting, and Darby Allin, that was all gangbusters, especially with Sting's part of the promo. And the main event, I honestly would have, like, me and Juan, we're in agreement. It would have been great if Keith Lee won instead of Chris Jericho. Like, Chris Jericho did not need the win, okay? And everything else on the show was good. I mean, it wasn't anything spectacular. I mean, I really can't. I'm with Juan on this one. I really can't get myself excited for the return of Jeff Hardy because, oh man, it's only a matter of time before he falls off the wagon again. Because at this point, how can we take anything he says in face value?
Exactly. It's just like, hey, I'm back, everybody. It's gonna be the greatest time. Plop. 2 weeks later. Another fucking DUI, another freaking addiction problem. Just no. Tony, I get it. You want everybody to love you so that daddy can fucking respect you. He never will. Fucking cut Jeff Hardy loose.
Everything else on the show was...
Fucking cut Jeff loose.
Yeah. No, everything else on the show was mid. Honestly, it was pretty mid. Even the Orange Cassidy versus Buddy Matthews match.
What about the promo of MJF and Sting?
No, like I said, those that was the only thing that was really gangbusters.
Everything
in the
else
show.
was kind of pee pee poo poo.
Yeah, everything else was kind of pee pee poo poo. The stuff with the Firm, the stuff they did with Wardlow and Will Hobbs in the TNT title picture. Yeah, no, it's just bad optics all around. It wasn't my favorite. It wasn't one of my favorite shows of Dynamite, to be honest. Now, this week's edition of NXT was definitely awesome. Grayson Waller being the sniveling asshole heel who sneaks the victory. Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to see that. A clash of egos between between Carmelo Hayes and Grayson Waller at Spring Breakin. I also enjoyed the tag matches, the women's tag match between Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. I think they mesh really well as a tag team. Even if you take away all the drama with Kiana James and Brooks Jensen.
Yeah, because she's totally gonna break his heart, but he loves it so much because he's pussy whipped.
Oh, hang on a minute. It looks like we got a $2 super sticker.
Dee Coleman dropping a $2 super sticker as we start wrapping up on here.
Hello, Dee
Coleman.
Coleman.
Giving us the little the cool pear guy saying, "Hey, you with the shades."
Yay.
Hey, everyone. Hey there, Dee Coleman. Thank you very much for joining us as we start wrapping up on Wrestle Rewind.
I'm concerned about how they're going to handle Braun Breaker's heel turn, and I'm also concerned of how they're handling...
Was he even on NXT?
He was on NXT. Like I said, he crashed the Chase U MVP award ceremony.
Why?
Because he's a bad guy. He crashed the ceremony. He gave his fatal 4-way spot to Duke Hudson. He speared Andre Chase, and he destroyed the Chase U flag.
But why?
Because he's an asshole now. He's a heel. Because he can do what he wants.
But why?
I don't know, Juan. I can't keep answering your questions. Don't put me in a loop.
I'm not putting you in a loop. You're not giving me a good enough answer.
Yeah, I know. Another thing that I could have done without is the whole kidnapping scene.
What did that do? It did nothing.
It did nothing. Oh my God! It did nothing. That was so dumb.
That was like pointless. Okay, they were kidnapped, but they broke themselves up and broke themselves out and got their receipt on Tony D'Angelo and Stacks.
But,
okay.
But Corey Jade's promo though, paying homage to CM Punk and AJ Lee. I know you love it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
sorry,
indeed.
I'm a Punkin Lee Mark.
Yes, indeed.
I will never apologize for that.
All right, so a couple of announcements before we wrap things up. On next week's edition of Wrestle Rewind, I will cover the main event for Impact Wrestling's Rebellion, along with my weekly reviews. We will not have an edition of Los Amigos Play this Saturday because this Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, the Ravens Flock is hosting another quarter-annual subathon. Nerds watching all over the internet, the Ravens Flock proudly presents to you the Best of 7 Subathon.
Yeah!
We're going another round of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as we also tackle the new courses that were released in Wave 4 on March of 2023. It's going to be a lot of fun. This is a subathon, so it's exclusively on YouTube, and our goal is to get our numbers up. As of right now, we are nearly at 1,420 subscribers, but can we go higher than that? Can we go past 1,500? Can we go above and beyond?
Can we get to 2,000, 5,000, 100,000? That'd be nice.
Spread the word, my friends. Let them know that we are hosting Mario Kart 8 Deluxe this Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern.
And there's two stages for this subathon. The first one is our best of 7 match between Jose, Angel, and myself. We're going to have 7 different cups that we're going to compete in. And whoever wins the best races out of all 7 of those cups, so that's 7 times 4, that's 28 different races that we're going to go through?
Yes!
The 3 of us. So whoever wins the most out of those 28 races wins, and then we'll open up to you fine folks. We want to have you join us in friendly competition. We want Steph the Alternator to come kick our asses live on the air. Please tell her to come kick our butts. We'll be happy to do it. We don't care. Bet. Yes, definitely. And all of it is for this one simple, singular purpose, to pump these numbers up. We got rookie numbers. How in the world is it that we're only sitting at 1,418 subscribers? We need 10,000. We need 30,000. We need above and beyond from every single one of you fine folks. So we are counting on you, the folks who are watching us every single week, to spread the word. We're putting up the actual link for the stream tonight. It'll be posted, and we're going to spread that all weekend long.
It's going to be good.
So we want every single one of you guys to stand ready to share the link, to let people know to subscribe to us so we can get these numbers up and help move the Ravens Flock up to that next level.
Thank you for that, Juancho. And that's pretty much going to do it as far as my announcements goes for now. So, Juan, without further ado, please plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody in between, children of all ages, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose Casabona, as he reviews for you the best and the worst of three of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. Step into the ring every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. Hit the subscribe or the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Become an inner flocker by hitting the join button, and until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlockOnline, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting edition of Wrestle Rewind. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. That was One Arouse, and we still love you, Mickey James.